Welcome. Today we will going to discuss on the topic of terms and term symbols. Topic is terms and term symbol. So now first we will discuss about what do you mean by these terms and term symbols. So these terms and term symbols are very similar except one difference is there in between them. So let me discuss about what do you mean, what are the difference between these terms and term symbols. So if you explain the terms, then terms is, let's say L, then this will be 2s plus 1, and this is the terms. This is terms, and term symbol is same L, 2s plus 1. Here this j will come. Okay, this is known as term symbol. So these terms and term symbols are quite similar, except this in terms j value will be not there, whereas in term symbol j value will be there. Okay, now we will discuss about what these terms, okay, and these term symbols. So these terms, this we explain as like it is the short way of explaining the or expressing that electronic state of an atoms or an ions. So it is the short way of explaining the electronic state of an atom. Okay, so but actually these terms give us the informations. This is the definitions, or like says that what do you mean by terms. So and now what that these terms give the information. So what do you understand about of the terms? So what information the terms give to us? Okay, so now that terms give the informations of, let's say, it explain that energy, it explain energy of an atom or ions. So from this term, so you get the information about of the energy of an atom or ion. So at what energy it is present, whether it is ground state or whether it is excited states or second excited states. So that information so we will get from these terms or term symbols. Okay, and next what information we will get, that it provide uh, or it is right, it explain about spin multiplicity, angular momentum, or etc. Okay, so it will give informations of about a spin multiplicity, angular momentums. Also if you talk about of term symbols, then it will give about of that spin orbit couplings. Okay, so now if I say about of that terms, then how the representations representations of terms. So terms is represented by L, 2s plus 1. So what do you mean by L? L represent that angular momentum, and S represent that spin. Okay, so now this is also very important to understand that like 0 1 2 3 4 5 dot dot dot. So value of L for A, if that is 0, then it is S, and is 1, then P, this is D, this is F, this is G, this is H, like that. Okay, and about of S values, that is if that this type of is there, then this is minus half its value, and if it is like this, then its value is plus half. Okay, so now you will understand detail about of it if you take the examples. Okay, so for calculating L values, there is two ways that according to that questions, that how the L value can be calculated. Okay, so first will be, so now I will write that for calculating L values, I will say that two terms, we will two ways we can calculate. Means that according to question, that if this is given, then we have to follow that process. If this is given, then we have to follow on that process. Let's say if that let's say any D1, D5, P3, P4, or whatever, that S1, like that, and it means in a single orbital is given, then for this case L value is calculated by taking summation of L values. Okay, now if like two different orbitals are given, let's say P1 and D1 is there. Okay, and let's say S1 P1 is there, or let's say P1 is there. So this is 2P1 and 3P1 is there. So like that is given, then on that case L value is calculated by taking L1 plus L2 dot 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 L1 minus L2. Okay, so if that different orbitals are given with electrons, then we will calculate that L value by taking this way, and if only a single orbit is given, then we will calculate by this way. Okay, so let's calculate it, then we will understand more. Let's say for this case, this is D1. So first I am taking about of D1. So D1, then this is like this. So 1 2 3 4. Okay, so one electron, so I will pull one, and now that this L value, this is 2 1 0 minus 1, and this is minus 2. Okay, so now that L values will be summations of L value. So this is, let's say that L value, so this is 2, values of L is 2, and this is 1 electron is there, then 1. Okay, so and here no electrons are there, so that is 0 0. So this value will be 2, so here L value is 2. Okay, now if similarly if says that D5 P3, okay, so let's say about of D5, then for that let's say 1 2 3 4 5, so 5 electrons, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, I'm taking about of that I'm following the all the rules, like Abba principle, all the rules I'm taking, and now I will calculate that L value. So for this case we will take, if the single orbit is given, then we will take L as summations of L values. Okay, so this is 2, this is 1, this is 0, this is minus 1, this is minus 2. So add all these things by that L value into number of electrons. Okay, so L value is 2 and number of electron is 1, plus this is L value is 1 and number of electron is 1, and this is plus L value is 0 and number of electron is 1. Okay, here L value is minus 1 and number of electron is 1, and here L value is minus 2 and number of electron is 1. So add all these things, then we will get here 2 plus 1, and then this is plus 0, and this is minus 1, and this is minus 2. Okay, so we will cancel it up. So here, so since this is a ground state, so we will get L value is 0. Okay, so that is in a ground state. Okay, so all the ground state we will see that L value is always 0. Okay, that means that term symbols, the terms will come S, after that some value will be there. Okay, like that, always for ground state S value will come. Okay, so similarly where you can calculate about a P3 and P4 and S1 also. Let's I will calculate one, that is, let's say P4. P3 also will get the S value, because that is also will take that all electrons if we field in a half field, then L value will get 0, that is a less energy, and that is in the ground state. So and for ground state always one terms will get. Okay, and that is always S. So let's take about a P4. So P4 means 3 electrons, this p orbitals, so 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, so this value is, let's say 1 0 minus 1. Okay, so here also only single one orbital is given, so we will calculate that L value by summation of ml, or this is ml, or we can take simply say this is actually ml value, so we can take also ml, or we can take simply L also. Okay, I am taking simply L, small l. Okay, so this is L, summation of L value. So this is 1, and how many electrons? 2 electrons, plus this is 0, how many electrons? 1 electrons, plus minus 1, how many electrons? 1 electrons. So this is 2 plus 0, and this is minus 1, so that will be 1. Okay, so here L value we will get 1. Okay, so if that same a single orbit is given, a single orbital is given, or same orbitals or single orbitals are given with electrons are given, then we will calculate by taking the summations of L values. But here if that different orbitals are given, okay, so let's say here that P1 and D1 is there, P1 and D1. For this case we will not calculate by taking the summations of L values. Okay, here how we will calculate? Let's say P1, that is I will do like this, and D1 again I will do like this. Okay, so now we'll take that electrons. So P1 that is this, and D1 that is this. Okay, so this L values will be here 1 0 minus 1, here 2 1 0 minus 1 and minus 2. Okay, so now this L values I will calculate that. For this case we will do that L1 plus L2, L1 minus L2. Okay, so we will not calculate L values as like the summations of L value. We will not calculate by this. Okay, this is the correct. So we will not do here. If the orbitals are different, then we will calculate by using this. Okay, so here that what are the values? Just put the value. So here L1 is how many? 1 electron, so that is 1, and here also another is L value is 2, how many electrons? 1 electrons, 1. Okay, and here again L1, how many electrons? Value of L is 1, how many electrons? 1 minus. Okay, here how many electrons? Value is 2, how many electrons? 1. Okay, so now this is 1, this is plus 2, this is 1, and this is minus 2. So this value will be 3, this will be minus 2 and 1, that will be minus 1, and this is that this is the, it means that it always give the positive values. So 2 minus 1 minus 1, but this value means 1, so this value is I will get 1. So now what we will do, that 3 subtract 1 and 1, still we get this value. So 3 then subtract 1 2, you will continue like this, still we get this value. So 3 2 and 1. Okay, so these are the L values. Okay, so similarly S1 P1 is there. let's say whenever that s is there, then always understand that for s that L value is always 0. Okay, so let's say this S1 and P1 is there, so s orbitals I will do and p orbitals. Okay, now so here one electrons, here one electron, but this value is always 0. Okay, and this is 1 0 and -1. Okay, so now here also this is the similar way of your calculating like one single orbitals, because this s value is already 0. Okay, also we can calculate this way for this case. For if also s orbital is there, then assume that s is not there, only p1 you are calculating. Okay, because this L value for s is always 0. Okay, so let's see that L. So this is, let's say L1 plus L2 dot 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 L1 minus L2. So L1 value is 0, because 0 into anything that will be 0, and this is plus 1, and this is again 0 minus 1. So this value again we will get that only 1. Okay, so this is also similar way, like you here also you can calculate by doing summations of L value. So because s orbital is there, always this is 0, so that will be not contribute anything to that orbital. So if this s orbital is there, then always assume that only p1 orbital is there. Okay, so if you calculate like this also, for this case we can get the same answer. Let's say that here that value is 0 into anything is 0. So let's say that I will take that L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus dot dot dot. Okay, so L1 here that is 0 plus here that is 1. Okay, so here also we will get that L value is 1. So if s orbital is there, then we can calculate by both ways. Both way you will get the same answers. So similarly way you can calculate for other examples like 2p1 and 3p1. This one also we can calculate. Let's say 2p1 and 3p1. For this case also, let's say 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. So we can put the electrons here 1, here 1. Okay, this is 0, sorry, this is 1 0 minus 1, this is 1 0 minus 1. So L value will be what, that is that L1 plus L2 dot dot L1 minus L2. So if different orbitals are given, then always go by this process, and if only one orbital is there, go by first process. Okay, so this is 1, how many electrons, 1, and L2 1, how many electrons, 1, and this is also 1 minus 1. Okay, so this is 1 plus 1, that is 2, and this is 0. So subtract 1, so 2 1 and 0. Okay, so these are the L values. So these are the two ways we can calculate the L values. If that single orbit is given, so with electrons, then we will go by this way by taking summations of L values, and if different orbitals are there, likewise, then we will go by this L1 plus L2 dot dot L1 minus L2. Okay, so these are the two ways we can calculate the L values. So what we are discussing, that for representing a terms, what things we have to needed to calculate, first is L value, then 2s plus 1. Okay, yes, so we are going to discuss one examples, and we understand that how we can calculate that terms and term symbols. Okay, so if we give the examples, let's say 2p1 and 3p1 is given. Calculate the terms. Then how will you calculate the terms for this case? So since that different orbitals are given, so for this case calculating for L value, because terms what is the term? Term is L 2s plus 1. This is the terms. Okay, this is the terms. So we want to calculate the terms by taking this orbital. So how will calculate? So first we need to calculate L value, and for L value, if different orbitals are given, then we will use that L1 plus L2 dot 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 L1 minus L2. Okay, so for this case, how will calculate the L value? That is, first we will draw the orbitals. Let's say, okay, so 1 electrons, this is 2p and this is 3p. Okay, and this is 1 0 minus 1 1 0 minus 1. So put the electrons 1 and 1. Okay, so for calculating L value, how will calculate? By taking that L1 plus L2, L1 minus L2. Okay, so here L1 is 1 into 1, so value of L is 1, so 1 into 1. Okay, plus this is L2 value, this is the L1 value, and this is L2 value. Okay, so here also plus 1 into 1, here again 1, again here minus 1. Okay, so this is 1 plus 1, so this is 2 and this is 0. So what are the electrons? 2 1 and 0. These are the L values. Okay, so we know that for L, let's say 0 1 2 3 4 5, then L value will be, this is S P D F G H. Okay, so if L is 2, then this is represented D or D, and if L is 1, then represent P, and if L is 0, then represent S. Okay, so here that from here what you understand that it can be that these things are possible, that is S is there, P is there, and D is there. Okay, so for terms another thing is there, that is 2s plus 1. So how we will calculate that S? So for S, whether it is same orbitals or whether it is different orbitals are there, always we will use the same formula, unlike L values. For L values, if that different orbitals are given, then we will do this. If same orbital is given, then we will take the summations of ML. But for S value, we will always use this formula only. Every cases this formula is applicable, that is S1 plus S2, S1 minus S2. So this formula is applicable for all, unlike L values. Okay, so what are these S values? So from here we say that if this is this way, then this is represent that positive half. If it is like this, then it represent that minus half. Okay, so now here this is S1, this is S1, and this is S2. Okay, so here this S1 is half and this S2 is also half, so 1 plus half plus half. Okay, and this again, this is half and this is again half. Okay, because this value is half and this is value also half. Okay, so there is S1 plus S2 dot 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 S1 minus S2. So this one value will be half plus half, that is 1, and this is 0. Okay, so we will take only subtract 1, so that we will get this last value. So 1 minus 1, that is 0, so now it only 1 and 0. Okay, so that what we see that here that S values are 1 and 0. Okay, now that for terms what we need, that L 2s plus 1. So here we get that S equal to 1. So if S equal to 1, then what is say that 2 S value is, if 1, then 2 into 1 plus 1, that will become 2 1 1 1, that will become 3. Okay, and if S equal to 0, then 2 into 0 plus 1, that will going to become 1. Okay, so what are the terms we are having, that S, P and D. Okay, so from L values we have that L equal to 1 0, that is S, P, D. Now we have that S value, we have that 1 and 0. So if that is 1, then that will be 3. All the cases 3 3. If S equal to 1 and if S equal to 0, then this will have again S, P, D, that is become 1 1 and 1. So these are the total tops. Okay, so these are the total terms. Okay, so you understand that how we calculate the terms if we have that any orbitals is given. So we will take another example so that we will get clear information, clear about it. Let's say now let's take the examples. Suppose if you given that what example, let's say another example, let's say P1 and D1 is given. Okay, and calculate the terms. So how will calculate the terms for this case? So I will draw first orbitals. So first is P, so 1 2 3, and D orbitals 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so we will fill the electrons, that is 1 and 1, and light the L values. So this is 1 0 minus 1, and this is 2 1 0 minus 1 and minus 2. Okay, now calculate the L value. So different orbitals are given, so L value will be L1 plus L2. Okay, so L1 plus L2, L1 minus L2. Okay, so now this L1 value is here 1, and this number of electrons also 1, so 1. Similarly this is L1 value and this is L2 values. Okay, so L2 value here is 2, and number of electrons 1, so 1. Okay, dot here L value is 1 and number of electrons also 1, and this is again subtract, this is 2 and number of electrons 1. Okay, so this will be how much, 1 plus this is 2 and dot this is 1 minus 2. Okay, so this value will be 1 plus 2, that is 3 dot this is become minus 1, and this is that then that will call it give the 1 value. So just subtract 3 minus 1 1 1, this will equal to 2, and again we will calculate 1. So these are the L values. Okay, for this case. So if L value is this, then we know that L 0 1 2 3, so this will be S, this will be P, this will be D, will be F. Okay, so what are the possible L terms? That will be since 3 2 1 is there, so that will be P is there, D will be possible, and another is F is possible. Okay, now we don't know about of that what that spin multiplicity will be, so we will calculate spin multiplicity next. So this is there, so spin multiplicity will be always, the formula will be this is S1 and this is S2, that is S1 plus S2 dot S1 minus S2. So this S1 will be, this will be half, plus this is also half, and this is half minus half. So this value will be 1 and this value will be 0. Okay, so this will be 1 and 0. Okay, so what you will get, S value we will get, that is 1 and 0. Okay, so now that S is not there, but terms what is that, L 2S plus 1 is there. Okay, so we will get that value of S. So if S is equal to 1, then what will be the 2S plus 1? So 2 into S is we getting 1 plus 1, that will be 3. Okay, so if S equal to 3, then this will be 3 3 and 3. Okay, so another we have the chance, that is 0. So if s equal to 0, then 2 into 0, 2s plus 1, that is 1. So that will be becomes, this is 0 and this is going to 1. So for that case, another we will write f df, and now this is 1, 1 and 1. So these are the total terms. These are the terms, possible terms. Okay. So if you remember that in previous class we have discussed that if that orbitals are given, then we will calculate that total number of microstates. Okay. So if p1 and d1 is there, then how will you calculate the total number of microstates? So p1 and d1 is there. So if different orbitals are given, then we have discussed that how to calculate the total number of microstates. So total number of microstates, how will calculate? So we will discuss in previous class, that is n factorial n minus r factorial into r factorial. Again n factorial, that we have discussed in previous class, n minus r factorial into r factorial. Okay. So this n factorial for p orbital, that is 6 factorial, and I think it is better to do in that. So p1 and d1. Okay. So p1 and d1 is there. Okay. So for this total number of microstates, how will calculate? That is n factorial n minus r factorial into n factorial n minus r factorial. So here that for p, that n factorial will be 6 factorial, and n minus r, so 1 electron, that will be 5 factorial into 1 factorial. Similarly here d for d, that is 10 factorial, and 10 minus 1, that is 9 factorial into 1 factorial. Okay, these things we have discussed in the previous class. Okay, so this is 6 into 5 factorial. So if you solve it, then this is 5 factorial into 1 factorial. So this cancel, into this is 10 into 9 factorial, and this is 9 factorial into 1 factorial. So this cancel. So what is the remaining? That is 6 10 are 60. So total number of microstates, total number of possible microstates is 60. Okay. So how will understand that our terms we get, these are the our total possible terms for p1 and d1. Okay. So now from here, can you calculate that? So we also studied that if terms are given, then we can calculate that how many microstates are there. Okay, that also we have discussed in previous class. If terms is given, then we can calculate the number of microstates. So we have that this, again I am writing that p3, d3 and f3, another is p1, d1 and f1. Okay, this is that given p1, d1 and f1. Okay, so this is there. Then from the here also we can calculate the microstates. Let's say for p3. Okay, so if p3 is there, for this total number of microstates, how can you calculate? That is we can calculate by using, that is 2s plus 1 into 2l plus 1. So if terms is given and asked to calculate the total number of microstates, then this is the formula. Okay, so for p3, that is not p, and that is this is the 2s plus 1 value. So for this 2s plus 1 is 3 and 2l plus 1. So l is here, p means l is 1, because this is 0 1 2 3. So this is s, this is p, this is d, this is f. So p is 1. So 2 into 1 plus 1. Okay, that will be 3 into this will be 1, 2 is 2 and plus 1, that will be 3. So here this will be 9. Okay, so this has the total number of microstate is 9. Similarly, D3, how many total number of microstates will be there? So microstates for this case also we could get that 2s plus 1 into 12 plus 1. Okay, 2s plus 1, 12 plus 1. Okay, so 2s plus 1, this will be this 3 and this 12. So D means that is 2, so 2 L value is 2 and plus 1, that will be 3, and this is 2 to the 4 plus 1, that is 5, that is going to 15. So this D3 has 15, and similarly if you go for F3, so here also 2s plus 1, 2s plus 1, 2l plus 1. So here the 2s plus 1 is again 3 into this F means how much? F is 3, so 2 into 3 plus 1, that is 3 into 2 3 just 6 plus 1, that is 7, so that is 21. So F3 has 21. Similarly again we will go for one P1 and D1 and F1. Okay, so now P1, so how many here also? 2s plus 1, 2l plus 1. Okay, so here that this is 1 and P, that is 1 value, so 2 into 1 plus 1. Okay, so this is 1 and this is going to 2 1 the 1 plus 1, that is 3, so this value H, that is 3. Similarly D1, here also 2s plus 1 into 2l plus 1. Okay, so this value is 1 and L value is 2, so 2 into 2 plus 1, so that will be 1, and this is 4 plus 1, that is 5, that is equal to 5. So D1 H 5. Similarly F1, so this is also 2s plus 1 to 2l plus 1. Okay, so this is 1 into 2l is 3, so 2 into 3 plus 1. Okay, so that is going to 6 plus 1, that is 7. Okay, so F1 also 7. So if you add all these things, then we will get that from here the total values, how much we get? 60. So here that what these are the terms we get. So if you add all these terms, all this microstate, then we should get 60. Okay, so we check whether we are getting 60 or not. So here that is 15, let's say D3, that is you are having 15, and P3, that is you are having 9, and 3F we are having, that is 21, and similarly D1 we are having that 5, and P1 we are having 3, and F1 we are having 7. Okay, so if you add that total summation, we should get 60. So whether we are getting 60 or not, let's check. 21 plus 9, that is 30, and that is 45, 550, then 7, 57, 360. Okay, so same way we will get in 60. Here also we will get the 60. It means that our calculation is right. Okay, so you can recheck like this. Okay, so if the total number of microstate, if orbitals is given and they wants to calculate that total number of microstate, then we can directly use this formula. You will get that total number of microstates. Okay, so now we will go to next that is we discuss about of that terms. Another examples if you take, then let's say examples like if you take about of that C2 plus, okay, that is (3d4), okay. So for this, I will calculate the total number of microstates. Sorry, ask to calculate that terms. I will calculate terms. This is so one single orbitals is given, so I will use that. So how many electrons? 4 electrons. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is 2. This is 1. This is 0. This is -1. This is -2. So L values for this, if that single orbital is given, then how will calculate? By summation of L values. So this will be 2 into 1 plus 1 into 0 plus, sorry, 2 into 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 0 into 1 plus 1 into -1. So this will be 2 plus 1, this will be plus 0, and this will be -1. So this will cancel, that is 2. L is equal to 2. So here L we have only one value, that is 2. So do you know that 0, 1, 2, 3, this is S, this is P, this is D, this is F. So we have D. Okay, now we will calculate that what are the S values. So S value is always, the formula is L1 plus L2 dot L1 minus L2. Okay, so here that L1 values, here that is so we will add the summations of all the L1 values. Okay, so that is here, this is half plus, we can add all the L values. Okay, this is half plus half. How many half are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 into half, that is 2. So S is 2, or we can take that same way, L1 plus L2, L1 minus L2. So in this case, this is, if you take this S1, then this is S1, this is S2, this is S3, this is S4. So if you take this way, then this will, I think it will be useless. So you will add that all the S values. Okay, this is how many half are there? 1, 2, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. Okay, so 4 into half, that is going to 2. So S value is 2. Okay, so now, so if S value is 2, then we know that 2S plus 1. So S value we have, that is 2 plus 1, that is equal to 4 plus 1, so 5. I think somewhere sorry, so I am doing this. S is S1 plus S2, S1 minus S2. Okay, so here that S1 here, that more than S1, S2, S3, S4 is there. So for this we will not use this way. So this S value will be that only single value will get, that is how many halves are there? 2, 3, 4. So 4 into this means this represented this half. Okay, so this will be 2. So S is 2. Okay, so if S is 2, then we say that 2S plus 1 we need. So S is 2 plus 1, that is 5. Okay, so this will be L is D means D, and this is 5. this is the microstates. Okay, so today up to this, thank you. We will discuss next class more.